Good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. I am back to do some more poker videos. I shall be doing a little micro stakes series on PokerStars. As you can see, I have 108 bucks. And today we're going to be playing shitloads of tables of 2 cent, 5 cent. I should preface this by explaining my move to stars temporarily. I basically decided that destroying fish for a while at Sky was, fun, profitable. I could withdraw 100 quid every now and then, whatever. But I'd actually rather become a better, solid player. And PokerStars allows you to track things using Poker Tracker or Hold'em Manager or whatever kind of tracking stuff you like, software you like. So I'm going to show you my graph for 5NL to show you that I'm not infallible. And for a long time, this level kind of kicked my ass, but I think I got it right lately. Look at all these hands. So I'm 110k hands, and I started off losing for an awful lot. I had to make some modifications, do some sessions with friends, basically say what the fuck am I doing wrong. They gave me some honest advice, told me what I was doing well, not so well, and I think I fixed it around. But I guess around here was when I really started to put it back, and as you can see, a bit of run good. And I've pulled it back, had a terrible session earlier today, but I just ran kings into ace-king twice and lost both times, and then I picked my own ace-king up against kings and did not win that time, so it was run bad here. And I should say, even though I've admitted that I had a lot of leaks and problems that needed being fixed, if you look here, you can see that the run pad was absolutely appalling for a while. I'm up 8 and should be up 142 for about 4 weeks. Don't get me wrong, I still had the level wrong. I still wasn't playing optimally, but time and again, I would put it in with the winning hand and just getting destroyed, just relentless for a while there. So that kind of vindicates me a little bit. But it should still be higher. It says I'm up 8, I should be up 142. It should be more like up 100, should be up like 400 or something like that. It should not be quite this dramatic. So yeah, I ran bad, but I was getting the level wrong as well. I hope that you are happy to watch and trust I do what I'm doing, given basically that I have been winning of late, just not today. Not earlier today or yesterday, I believe one of the bad sessions was as well. Like I said, there was a lot of run bad there. Was it today? Yeah, today this was the kings and stuff, and getting cracked, getting cracked by ace king. And yesterday, I think there may have been a little bit of spew yesterday. I have to be perfectly honest with anyone watching me. I think there may have been a little bit of spew. I've come to realise that my main leak at this level is in levelling wars with regs, which they may or may not be getting into with me. I mean, they clearly are occasionally, but I think that I level myself a little bit against the regs sometimes. So I stack tables here. I find that easier, so I can sort of look at all my decisions in a vacuum. It's going to be quite frantic play. If you're new to watching online poker videos, I would not start with my videos because I'm going to be playing 12 tables. It's going to be pretty hectic. You're going to need to play a fair bit yourself to, follow. I won't be able to go through every decision as I make them, but hopefully it'll be fairly obvious, and I will be able to somewhat go through them. When a table gets interesting, I'll pull it out to the side. I like to have all my tables on one side so I can pull them over to the other. If I pick up a big hand, or if I, if a big pot's developing that I'm interested in. So we can see what's going on in those tables. Good thing about playing 12 is that you're never card dead. There's always something going on, as I'm sure you'll be seeing. This doesn't look like a great table, but I will take a seat. Say about the ace high. So my tags, I'll explain them very quickly. The most common one you're going to see, unfortunately, is the yellow. And yellow I have described as a vaguely aware tag. Vaguely aware. That means that they sort of know what's happening, maybe. I'm not playing against those people. What else is it to say? What others are there? The pink is my calling station fish, your classic fish. limping in, check calling a lot, not folding. That's my pink tag. Those are the ones we like to target where possible. Check one street with my ace here. What other colours have we got? We've got the aggressive tough. I don't really use that one very much. Going for a small value bet here. I don't really use aggressive tough very much because there aren't many good aggressive players. This player is a aggressive clueless. The aggressive clueless player is always fun. Aggressive clueless, as exactly as it sounds. He called me. He called me with. Oh, okay, no, he didn't. Sorry, my mistake. Aggressive clueless player is just somebody who clicks raise and generally maybe has read a book or two about how aggression is good, or someone's told them, but generally seems to do it poorly. This little grey one, Silas player, is good. I don't really use that. There are a couple, but they're probably not going to be online. There are a couple I use it for. The most exciting and interesting of all, I'm going to check this just one time because he's a reg, because he's a tag. I don't do this usually go for fat value. Whoops, that was a misclick. Usually we go for fat value, but we play a little bit deceptively versus the yellow tag's not a great card. Plenty of sets in there for him. I'm going to feel foolish if he has a set of jacks now. I mean, he clearly doesn't when he checks the river, but that's okay. And he gives it up. So we got an extra bet out of him there. The most exciting tag, yes, is the dark blue nutcase priority seating. A nutcase is a bit of a general tag, a little bit general. I could probably refine it a little bit. A nutcase, I define somebody as a nutcase if they're doing, well, generally crazy things. This person is limped into 100% of his hands. It's his 7th hand, so he's a candidate for nutcase just because of his 100 voluntarily put in pot. That having 100% VPIP over more than about 12 hands for me is nutcase territory. But of course, nutcase often can be, just the crazy things we see people in poker doing, just making outrageous bluffs where it doesn't make sense, shipping it in pre, over a min raise, over a standard raise, things like that. I'm sure I don't need to explain quite in such detail what I mean by a nutty player. Oh yeah, and the orange tag. Orange tag means loose splashy cretin, which is nice of me. A loose splashy cretin is basically a fish, a passive fish, who may occasionally raise it up. Or occasionally make a 3-bet. I'm going to try and steal this pot away from like 4s or 5s. To me, I'm just going to rep the queen. I think I'm going to get through an awful lot by overbetting like that, and I feel like he probably had us beat unless he just had deuces. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and make this video, maybe 90 minutes, maybe 2 hours. I don't know yet. I would usually squeeze to 50, but we're going to go 60 because there's 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're on 9 so far. I come off the tables as they get yellower. Oh, there's red as well. I'm poor with these tags. Poor explaining them. A red tag is just a nit. Big open from a reg here. Fold the ace-10, bit tight. A red tag is a nit. Somebody who is playing sort of a tag strategy, but just to the max. Really tight. The kind of players that I try not to get involved with too much. I've got a nutter. You very rarely see this. You very rarely see. The thing about these nutty players is they usually seem to like deposit, lose, like do their entire roll and then go away. Maybe they just do that every now and then. I don't know. But seeing a nutter suit open is a rarity. and we're definitely hopping on that table. We'll try this one. Pair of kings and a 3-bet. I don't do too much bluff raising at these levels. A little bit more here than I may. You may have seen me play Sky. You may have seen me play Sky where the bluffing really just doesn't exist. Here it does a little bit more. What happened here? However, I swear I 3-bet this, and now I seem to be in a pot with. Okay, this station is stationary. We're going to go for big value here. Fold to any major resistance. Got a fold here, interesting. Going to ISO with the ace-9. Let's do something arrogant. Too easy. LOL. See if that generates any action for us. I'd like to see better in this flop. Smallish. Now this dude, the fish, has just... I mean, I'm loath to give it up, but when a fish raises the turn, that's just going to be boats and straights. In my opinion, same here. I don't know what's going on. So this is where I wrote too easy lol, and now I've got kings on the button and got some action. Picking up the hands. I mean, I say picking up the hands. This is just what it's like when you play this many tables. To be honest, this is bizarre, and I'm just going to call down because the board's straightening out a little bit here. Took down the first pair of kings, the second pair of kings. I should be on a river with them now. I think we're going for a fair sized chunky value bet here. We'll fold to a shove or a raise of any kind. We bet $1 into 140-ish. We can call a reg with a hand like this. This is the kind of hands I try and play against regs, not the dominated stuff. We get a call out of King 4 of clubs. That is bizarre. What an idiot. So we're going to give him a calling station thing now. He may progress. He may graduate to nutter status at some point. This is a hand I like to bluff 3-bet with. I would really like to be in this hand, but it's just, it would be spew. So I'm not going to. Yeah, the little suited aces I think are good as bluff raisers. The little suited connectors I think are good bluff raise hands. Like as I've said before, I don't do too much of it. But a little bit here and there against regs doesn't go amiss. You need to do a little bit of it at Poker Stars. Doing it at Sky is silly. Although I suppose we did occasionally do it versus the regs at Sky. I suppose we'll give this another orbit or two, see if we can pick some more players up. So I'm playing very tightly out the blinds. I looked at my results from the blinds recently, and they were fucking woeful. Like woeful. I was losing chunks. In that downswing I was showing you, 100k downswing, 100k hands downswing. It was nearly all from the blinds. It really was nearly all from the blinds. I hate spots like this. I don't know. It's such a small. I don't want to flat. We'll make a raise. And folds to any pressure. I'm gonna no, I'm not. I was gonna put in 2 just to get this guy to call off. Let's go a bit bigger than we would usually here, just because of this guy who's played all his hands so far. This is what we're looking for: a fold from this gentleman and a call from this one. Well, I mean, a shove now would be great. A shove would be what we're looking for more than just a flat call, because okay, well, it's obviously a good flop. Obviously, a couple of bad turn cards for us, but given stack sizes and the strength of our hand, nothing can stop all the chips going in, regardless of his holdings. He's having a good old think about it. Fading a queen, fading running spades. This is what it was like in the during those hands. We're going to give him a nut attack for that, just for his general ridiculous play there. That's nutcase level bad poker to me, in my head. I don't know about you, Kington. What have I got here? Let's try and fix some equity up. See, this as well. If he'd done this earlier, I'd give him a nutcase one for just shipping over me like that. But we'll see. This is thoroughly bizarre. Wow, we checked it. We made our hand. He's quite deep, so we're going to raise straight away. I would flat if he was a bit shallower. But yeah, see how I showed you the set of jacks there, and we were just trying to fade the queen, and we couldn't. That's what it was like for all that time. I just seem to run like shit at this though. I don't really mind. Like running bad isn't no real thing for me. Obviously, it can wear on you after a while, but you know, take a fucking break. Doesn't matter. He didn't have much anyway. Okay, we're going to sit our next big blind here. I'm not just going to sit getting raked playing three-handed with an aggressive clueless and vaguely aware tag. I'm going to change this guy to vaguely aware tag. I said he was aggressive clueless, but look how much he's won. 36 bucks over 2k hands. Like, that's a winner. Okay, here's our nutter again. We're going to isolate him. 25 cents is a nice isolating size, I find, to one limp. Let's do it again. Let's do. On the face of it, this raise doesn't make any sense because it's so small. It seems pointless. But what it does is encourage this big blind gentleman to fold, and we can take it heads up. And I'm going to be c-betting tons of flops. Now I ISO'd this guy. It's come king high, and he just leads out. I'm just going to ignore it. I'm just going to basically pretend that it didn't happen, and make the normal raise I'd make. I'm going to see about this one. I told you it would be a bit frantic. So he donked, and okay, this is deserving of a nut attack. Sigh. Let's open a couple more tables. Is this guy a fish? He's playing 22-7. We'll keep it on there for now. We'll stay optimistic. This guy definitely is. This may not be the best table in the world, but we can always leave them as we discover that. This. Oh, I thought I saw a dead table. Nope. I don't really know how to describe the. Oh, the nutter's gone. I don't really know how to describe the tactic, the strategy I'm playing right now. I guess it's classic tag, but some of the things I do are a little bit spurious. I'm not sure I'll be doing them live, but then you should adapt to the game you're playing. If I do them and they work here, then why not? Let's make a different size, just to not necessarily raise eyebrows, but not always be doing the same thing. We flop second pair. This guy just bombed straight out. He's known for donking. We'll call one time. There are some cards that improve us. He could be doing it with a draw. And we haven't got the odds to set mine here, just because of stack sizes. I keep meaning to. Wow, what the fuck is going on here? Makes me think he doesn't have a queen, but then he could have set of fives. Could have the queen jack. Okay. Yeah, I keep meaning to. One thing I said I was going to do was start to fold, basically deuces through. With this fish in the blind here, I'm actually going to open this a bit big. Deuces through to fives under the gun. Might start doing that. Might try that out this session. Tight fold here. Only one overcard. No, bollocks to it. We'll peel a card. Oh wow, we'll peel a card. We'll get there. Okay, please don't already have a full house. If he's got an over pair, will he just start piling it in there? He might. It's weird. I really want to just flat. I really want to just flat. That would be too tight, wouldn't it? That would be too tight to just flat. If he comes back over the top now, I'm calling him losing. That's sick. If he comes over the top, I feel like we are losing. And I was a fish, and he's got jacks full, and I was a fish repealing. Or maybe even four of a kind. I'm calling because once in a blue moon he's on some sort of monkey tilt, and our hand is just so strong. He's going into the tank. That doesn't necessarily mean he hasn't got it. People faux tank all the time. He gives it up. Okay. What has happened here? Oh, there's been a... Right, we're going to go for a steal on this one. We're going to go bigger than we usually would with our 5s. Give it up. These blind on blind battles with the regs, I feel, is where I fall down and lose quite a bit. Okay, so this guy's posted and he's flattered this. I'm already thinking this guy's terrible, but we'll see. We'll see. This was the dude who shoved on us earlier. Let's hope he does it again. Does it again in the corner. Terrible flop for a pair of 5s, obviously. Especially with 1 million people in the pot. So I ISO'd this guy. He's now donk potted. Okay. If I was on the button, I'd throw this in versus a reg, a vaguely aware tag, but I'm not on the button. Wow. Okay. Right. So this is. I don't need to see anything else. The dude has just shipped his 5. Like whatever that is, that's just fucking ridiculous. Whatever hand my man here has got, this is a raise for value. Whatever hand he's got, this is just tragic. And so we note him as a nutter, so we're going to make calls like this a little lighter than we would. You know, we can start doing it with like ace 10, 6s, stuff like that, because he's going to turn up with just a lot of nonsense. IMO. Wow, he's doing it again. So now I'm thinking, you know, ace X. Maybe a suited king and it might go in. These are quite rare on stars, you know, you don't see these very often. Let's see about the 7-7-3. Please do it again, but then don't get called, because I can't call. Oh, this is good. But someone's going to call him quite soon. If I pick up a hand here... Oh no, sorry, because he'll be under the gun. I was going to say I was going to limp it. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's very late. I would have limped it if I'd had a hand that was willing to make the call with. It folded round to him, that's funny. 6-9. When you need them, they don't come. Come on. Just send me I'll take an ace. Wow, and he gives one up. Top fold here. Not so top fold here. So the guy's wrist is 5. Oh, okay, here we go. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. Please shovel your $5 stack in. Snip, snippity, snap. Please have an ace. Ace 4. Oh, I don't like... Yeah, this is why I don't like 6 queen. That'll do, though. I'll take that. Let's raise this one. This one's for value. Is he sitting back in? He's sat back in with... Well, I didn't stack him, did I? Okay. I don't want to raise on this guy. He's the shover, I think. I've got the draw as well. I think it's a bet. 4-handed, I guess I check this. This guy's played 80% of his hands, so he gets a little fish tag. Okay, this is a value bet, I guess. If a raise comes in, then we sigh and fold, because people don't... Oh, it gives it... Okay. I usually flat here, but just because this guy's been quite active, we're going to raise for value. Open this hand. Give this fellow the fish tag, get out the hand. In position, 2 overcards, gutter to the nut, so we're going to take it. And this guy, he's got a reasonable amount to win. It's only a half pot size bet. We're gonna take a turn card. They've got check to me, so we'll make a C bet here. Now we got the double gutter. I would love this to check through, or a very small bet. Bet 50. I can call that. Oh god. No. Net fold. I said 50, he bet like 80 or 75 or 79 or whatever it was. Gotta go with the plan. See how this guy is calling too much, 47%, but he's made 33% raises as well. So this guy is a splashy pattern. Loose and splashy. Straight up standard value, 3 bets. This guy's not 3 betting very much, 4% of the time. Ace queen offsuit, and he's got the button. Okay. There are too many runners here. Too many runners, and it can look like a steal as well. Standard C, I would see bet. If I hit, I would see bet this much, and so I'm happy to do it. I haven't got it either. Pick it up with the jacks. There was an argument made there for flattening, but you know there was already several people in there, and I didn't want to just be staring at an overcard. Although I am on the button, which would have helped. So we flop a boat in a spot where we can't get paid right now. Probably we're going to have to let someone catch up. And besides, we're in the small blind anyway, so we're checking. It's fine. This guy's going to get himself a. Okay, so here we can maybe bet. Yeah, I mean we've got to. Otherwise, we're just hemorrhaging value. These two weak players, and we can close the action with a big suited ace. Here we go, this is what I'm talking about. So we are not going to be flatting here because of the stack depth. We are going to be making a smallish raise. Flop top pair here. Oh, and he gives it up. It's so sad. How can he just be... So he's got the stones to bluff on the turn then. Gross. Jack Queen offsuit, very playable hand, but this guy's 5x'd it under the gun. We are getting rid. I'm a little concerned about this hand. I don't really understand what the guy can be barreling off like this, but it's not a big bet. And please have Jack 10. Jack 10? There we go, called it. You do get used to the kind of things, the kind of hands these fish turn up with. It's just an experience thing. What is going on in this pot? Just in a pot with Queen 4. As you can see, I like to make similar sizes when I've got it. When I haven't, it's exploitative. It stops me being too exploitative here. I don't do it at Stars. I mean, on Sky, as you've seen a million times, I just on Sky, I just bomb it if I have it. Do you know what this is? We're going to play this one weirdly. We're going to flat with the Ace King of Hearts because it's so playable. We don't just... I just want to like raise and then they all fold. I can take my... I'm going to call it the Ace Queen here. I can take my nice strong top tier hand to a flop, and I'm out of position anyway, so I can just get rid if I miss. We do miss. I mean, I said all that, and now I just wish I'd 3-bet and got it through. But you know, what the hell? Let's see if we can get the nutter to kick off us here with our queens. He has called. He's shown a propensity for firing, actually. I'm not going to just check, don't I? Whatever. What could have been. I feel like at this point, this is a check raise all in. Because he likes taking this bait. I know he does. Well, I'm reasonably confident he'll take the bait. Yeah. There we go. And we hold. That's weird how he held. I've forgotten what it was like to hold up in a hand. He had like 10% as well, which is monstrous. He is out of there. We've stacked him. Easy. Okay, how did this hand go? I just opened under the gun and got a flat from him. That's okay. Nice hand to play against the reg here. These are the hands we like to play against the regs, not like the ace kings, the ace queens and stuff. The type they expect us to show up with. We are going to go twice here, and I'll just check back. I'll just check back most rivers, and then if it's another king, I'm quite tempted to go again. Obviously, if I smash a set, then I might. Then I will bet there too. I'm just going to let this one go. I've only got 4. I didn't even mean to be in it. And I'm going to check back here. Some draws. Just ludicrous. Ludicrous. I'm going to say there are plenty of Broadway draws in there. Some of them are taken out because of me having 2 of the queens, but there are still some in there. Our hand is very, very, very under-repped, and this guy is c-betting the flop 93% of the time, so we are going to continue with straight ace king high here. We'll feel very silly if I somehow get the lost my train of thought. I was somehow paranoidly imagining that he has a set of queens and I hit an ace or a king. I think that's where my imagination was taking me. Not doing very well with ace king today, am I? He does check it here. I'm actually going to take a shot and see if I can move him off a chop. The thing is, if he's got like jacks or tens, then he's just going to flat here, and that'll be the end of it, unless I make a pair on the end. But if he's got the same hand, he'll fold. And if he's got a set, then he'll raise, I guess. What's going on here? Opens. I was actually going to. I'm actually going to shove on the end here. I just think it's just a good run out. Yeah, a good run out to shove. You know, these regs aren't thinking on a high enough level. I don't think about what I might be repping or whatever. I think they're probably just because they're regs doesn't mean they're good. And I think that I can intimidate him into mucking quite a lot of stuff there. You can intimidate players here actually, which I've is nice. You can't do it at Sky. So this went 3-bet, and then it's sort of like checked around after that. I can't recall. Looks like a set to me. Like fish do that all the time with sets. We are not going to fuck about with our ace king of hearts this time. Let's see if we can pinch this one. I learned to loathe ace queen, especially to as much pressure as this, so let's just toss it away. And we would have faced a pretty troublesome board anyway. And queen jack jack. So I'd quite like to bluff raise here, but I'm not going to. I feel like checking that term is a mistake. Now, I would never usually, at this point I'm usually mucking, but I'm going to call for our 4-outer because of how deep we are. I mean, it seems relatively obvious to me he's got an ace, flop the nuts. But I think when we're both so deep that it's just, it's worth hunting that 4-outer. It's a mathematical thing. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably a giant fish. I don't think there's any calling here when he's just so clearly got this straight. We're going to carry on barreling here. Hopefully he has some diamond draw with an ace in his hand. That would be nice. A problem with stacking like this is I sometimes forget who's supposed to have the betting lead. I donk without meaning to. This is a 4-bet here from somebody who I've given a calling station fish tag. I'm not sure. Now, it's bricked out. I mean, it hasn't bricked out at the end. I'm going to value bet 120 and basically hope to run into a queen. That would be nice. Ace queen would not be nice. But he'll let me know if he has ace queen. That's fine. If he's got that, he'll let me know. Sick. Sick. I still think it's a call. I say, oh, let me know if it's ace queen, but I still feel like I probably would have raised on the turn. With a set, I think we pay it off. Yeah, queen 9, that's weird. Hoping to shove with. But okay, this seems fairly standard to me. I mean, versus This is a regular. I'm not going to dwell over that one for too long. Seemed like I should really have folded, but you know, I've seen his cards now, so how easy to say. How easy to play the hand in retrospect. Now, I did charge him shitloads, but then when he got there, I justified it by giving him a lot. Shall we check in on our session? So if I go to our session, this is probably a fishy habit that I do. I look at how I'm doing in an ongoing session. Probably shouldn't do it, but I like to think it doesn't really affect. Okay, so kind of hard to work out from there because it's split, because it turned midnight when I was playing. I think I'm up like $1 or something useless like that. It's fine. We shall claw it back. I don't really know what I feel like this is a chop pot most of the time against A6. Or he's just a fish and it's not. We're going to raise the tens up. What do we have on? Jack 6. Well, where do these people come from? Where do? Bizarrely, I 3-bet and got a cold call, and I'm now facing an entire board of overcards. I don't like what's going on here. I don't really. Okay, maybe he's got 9s? Queens. Probably could have taken that off him. Had I tried a little harder. Stack my tables and move them back. I have to redo this process quite a bit, can get rather annoying. So I open this, hit top pair, that's fine. Probably not going to get much out of this guy. Quite like the idea of piling the pressure on here on this short stack, but I'm not going to. I'd rather flat and bring someone else in, go set mining in position. Flop obscene amounts of equity here, and will semi-bluff at it. Check back the ace high board here. And again, going to keep on checking. I squeezed here pretty. Yeah, now this guy just wants to dunk into me on 6, 6, 7. Okay, let's check this one and see. 10 deuce. So I should have put the pressure on. I'm not going to slow down here because I feel like all my outs are live. I'll feel very, very silly if he shoves now. Very silly indeed. That can't be too paranoid. Can't be too paranoid in poker. Afraid of monsters into the bed and all that. Fold to a 3-bet. More than likely he's just got top pair and is holding on. Why am I sat out here? This is non-optimal. We're just going to give this guy a fish tag and move on from this hand. I struggle to react to those hands sometimes. They used to get me stacked. Might 4-bet if a 3-bet comes in here. 3, 5, 6. No equity for us. We'll stab. We'll take a stab. It's not a... Okay, we'll just give up. If we win, what we're going to win against? I mean, we're probably not going to win, let's be honest. Okay, if we were to win 7, 8? Ace 4? Wow, we had a boat. We're not winning against that. Can play conservatively with the ace jack. Got some back doors, but not really enough to just check call. We're deepish here, and if I call, this guy will call behind. Okay, let's go set mining. It's not an automatic call, obviously, when you get raised like that. You know, you see me fold reasonable amount of times, but when you go deep and there's someone behind you who's definitely calling, you know, it can be done. There we go, and this is why. Hopefully, he doesn't have a pair of kings. I actually, who squeezed us? I'm an idiot. I am. He squeezed us, so I'm going to check to him. I was a bit concerned that he'd been the squeezer, but that doesn't make any sense. Because if he's squeezed and then checks, that makes me think he has got a set of kings. But what can you do? Wow, we made every king in the deck. So now, sorry, every six in the deck. So now we are hoping that he's got a pair of kings in his hand. That would be good. We need to start putting some money in this pot. Just flat, desperately trying to keep this guy in. Desperately trying to keep this guy in. Wow, we have kept him in. I think this is a value bet, actually. We bet straight up at half. I think it's a value bet. So my man now wants to... Hey, we got paid by ace jack. My man now wants to do this. We're going to pile. He's going to snap. Wow, he folded. What on earth? I guess this is why I've given him the loose splashy cretin tag. Because he will do things like that. Gross. People never write back to you on stars. I'm too chatty for stars. Bluff? Obviously it was a bluff. We're just trying to, you know, if he says anything, then it's a result. How many tables this guy playing? Can't be found. We open this small to big, and he's a fish. Probably not letting go of our hand here. Well, we'll see. So we're going to give this guy a splashy one because of his. I hope you can see the delineation. He's raising, you know, he's open to 10. Passive fish don't do that, they're limpid. And we've got a very pretty hand, the 10-9 of diamonds, with which to call 2 big blinds on the button. Okay, now this is a... Oh, okay, no, I'm not going to do it. I was going to say I was going to flat him, and because it's a reg, because they always just relentlessly fold when you 3-bet them. But I've just noticed how deep we were, and that makes it terrible. So that alone makes it terrible. Although, of course, the really gross thing is now when he 4-bets me huge, and I feel like I should fold kings. Honestly, folding kings pre at PokerStars should be the amount of times you run into the aces. I'm going to check this flop back for pot control. Because I don't want to scare off a pair of jacks. Worst card in the deck isn't the worst card on turn would be an ace. Jack would have been great. Deuces blankety blank. So if he's got tens, if he's got jacks, if he's got nines, even if he's got ace king, he will call something like 45 cents. Okay, he just gives it up. He gives it straight up. I'm still pleased that I got paid by ace jack earlier with the queens. I know there was a bigger hand progressing at the time, but it's little things like that that really affect your win rate. Look at this terrible. This guy, I think I'm going to give our aggressive clueless tag. He seems aggressive and clueless. What a ridiculous size. Means nothing. Is meaningless. So we've gone card deck, which I assured you wouldn't happen. How many have we got up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 tables. Should we squeeze? Should we squeeze with an ace? Seems like an okay thing to do when 2 people have called. I mean, I'd rather have ace-5 suited, but it seems okay. Now, Zust, who we've just given an aggressive clueless, has opened, and we're going to squeeze the kings. They've both called me, which is fucking tragic, and we flop nothing, and besides that, one of them donk pots, so we're just going to give it up. Maybe that was a spewy 3-bet, I'm not sure. Hard to know sometimes. Hard to know if... I don't think I'm spewing. He got flattered as well. We're going to see what they had. We're going to see what I tried to squeeze out. Jacks and ace-7 of hearts. What a tragic... But we're going to change that splashy credit. We're going to, yeah, to aggressive clueless. What? He just like donking flush draws. Walks straight into top set. Good job. So we've just given this guy a terrible aggressive tag. He's not raised me very much here, but I've got an offsuit ace. I just hate it. I just fucking hate it. We're going to open and hope this guy calls us, or this guy calls us, I suppose. Let's check here, as we sometimes would with it. And we'll just let this one go. We're feeling passive. I didn't feel ready to rumble this. I don't know, there's something about the hand. I would like to call ace high here, the guy who's played all his hands. I mean, he's not value betting a 10, is it? Whatever. Give it to him. Better spots and all that. When you're playing 13 tables, the spots are coming rampantly. Okay, so we get a call from the fish and from the aggressive clueless. Well, I'm already actually set up to think one of them has 3 of a kind 9s. This is how they play it, and even if they don't, the ace is probably not a great card. Still beating Jack 10. Wow, what is going on here? We're just casually flopping the flush. I mean, are we ever winning here? Okay, I guess we're about to see. I feel like a bet's coming here now from 3 of a kind 9s. Maybe even 9-7. I feel like he's about to get it. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. This is how fish play trips. I mean, sometimes I'm 4-bet here, but I'm not going to in this particular instance. What do we know about this? It's 3 bets. We'll just call. We'll just take the low variance route. We're going to try and make top pair. Just given table dynamics, I'm going to fold the ace-4 actually, just because of we just conceded a pot, and I don't want it to look like we're on monkey tilt or whatever. Against this guy, I'm happy to get queens in pre. Against this guy, I'm not quite so chuffed. But so this guy 3 bets. He looks at this board. He wants to continue. We've got backdoor nut flush draw. Could he have the same hand? Okay. So we're going to bet. Okay, sometimes if I take too long, it starts sitting out. We're going to bet the amount we usually bet in these spots. We're going to limp it. We limped the 6-7 suited on the button because a fish limped in. And it's all good. And I feel like we're probably just getting it in against an overpair here. Once in a blue moon, he somehow has a 6 because he's a loose splashy betting. Occasionally, he has us beat like with like kings or something. I feel like a lot of time it's just jacks or yep. And that's why you call them loose splashy patterns, because they call that fucking much with the 6-7 suited from 100 big blind stack. Yep, that's what they are. I don't know. That was a misclick fold. Can't seem to catch a break right now. So we limped face to squeeze, but because there was a fish involved and position, we called anyway. Nice pretty hand, but we connect with nothing, and so give it up. We open this hand, and we flop pair and gutter. This guy seems to be vaguely competent. Bet probably the best hand. Open up the pair of eights. Turn nearly the nuts. We lose the diamonds. Can't see us folding. I mean, I guess we just pile. I don't want to be moved off a chop here. We're just going to put it in. He's not got a huge stack. He doesn't have to have the nuts. He's not snapped us. I'm assuming it's a chop if he calls yet. It would suck to get free rolled if he turned over a King X or whatever it was. Yeah, King X with a diamond. That wouldn't have been happy. But when we're so shallow and we've got the nut straight, I'm not just going to give him credit for a made flush and let it go. So we started with 108s. I'd say we're maybe halfway through the video, maybe a bit more. We're 51 minutes in now. 51 minutes. I feel like earlier today, I feel like I'm running like dog shit. But which is obviously somewhat frustrating, but I don't mind. I can't. No one can ever, be taught how to make the cards run better. I'm just trying to make the best decisions I can here. I should probably give that guy a nut attack. This guy is definitely a splashy cretin. This guy just carries on betting 2 big blinds, and now the flush comes in, which I can't help but feel is bad for us. It's such a good price, but we're just never winning. We are never winning, truly, so it's okay. I mean, he's probably doing it with, just doing it with a 10, King 10, 9 10, something like that. Call the ace-jack on the button. Bit of an ambitious call, given that he's a vaguely aware tag raising under the gun. We are going to go, this guy's definitely a splashy button, raising occasionally. We're just going to go set mining here and here. We're going to open small to big here. We're going to miss our set here. I mean, probably the best hand, but there's no plan. Always got to have a plan. Fold to the C bet. Here's a bit of a better spot. Okay, I guess we're not going to set mining here then. Ooh, ping. Let's get value betting. Now there's a good card. Well, I mean, it's a good card insofar as, okay, we're going to bet this much. I'm assuming that he's going to give it up and that we... Oh, okay, he flat a bit. Well, I had a king. I could have really rinsed him. I was trying to get a call out of an ace. Wow. Yeah, king, jack of diamonds. How did he not go broke there? He's a fish. Gross. Oh well, we got paid. Let's not moan about it. Two bullets. Standard big raise. Allows me to bluff a little bit bigger as well when I don't have it. But I do want to put the pressure on. How about just don't believe me and it's your turn to have kings? Ugh. I must win here. Must be ahead. I'm going to bet 1 big blind. And he folds for 1 big blind. Lordy, lordy. Okay, 3, 7, 8, and he check calls a barrel. We're just going to keep going big here with the jacks. We've just always got the best hand, I feel. Obviously not always. We're trying to isolate this guy. Okay, so this guy's a tad on the spewy side, I feel. We're going to take a card off here. That was probably a bad raise. Interesting that now gives us 2 pair. Bit of a tough spot if he bombs it. I mean, the only thing I can conceivably think of that beats us is 7-8, but he hasn't got that when he does this. He gives up. He must just have diamonds. Just turns 4s into a buff. Yeah, I did say that he was a bit spewy, didn't I? That 8-6 was a mistake. I'm going to take a card here with 3 to a straight flush, and we both have stacks. I am just going to peel with only backdoors, just because I have all the backdoors. And this is one of them. We're going to put a bit of pressure on here. Again, I feel really silly if he raises me here. I hate this. Puts the flush on board and gives me 3 of a kind. But we are going to, because I think this is probably a poor card for him, yeah, and it gets it done 9 high. Seems like it should be a poor card for him. We won with the A6, but I didn't see what was shown down. Ace-6. That was a bad raise. Don't do that, kids. Let's make a value. I don't usually squeeze with these guys. We're going to make a bit of a loose call here, because I think this guy is a loose flashy cross in start, and I do think he's on tilt versus me. That bet with the 4s was really fucking bad. I don't know what on earth he's smoking. To me, he's just in vengeance mode, but I can't really proceed with ace jack high. It's a disaster if he sat there with ace king high or ace queen high. I think he probably isn't. I think I'll probably fold him the best hand, but these people get very belligerent sometimes. This guy's up to chunks, so we're going to raise him a little bit more than we usually would. He's played 22 hands, clearly played them terribly, and he's got 17 bucks. Nice flop for me, some backdoors in case he is already holding top pair. I'll be a bit grossed out to see a raise. I'm just going to keep going for value for now. I'm really not that scared of top pair at this point in time. I don't want to see a 3-bet here. I feel like he might do it. Ugh. I don't want to see a raise who goes ahead and raise. What the hell? Okay, it's fine. We're in position on him, so we've got plenty of opportunity to take it away in the future. Opening up an ace on the button, fairly standard. That king-6 of spades was, arguably wouldn't have been the worst open in the world. Certainly wouldn't have been the best. I think maybe if I go on this month and look by session. Yeah, this is the session. Okay, no, was I wrong? That's the session. There we go. We were up tons at one point, up 2 buy-ins. I do feel like, again, I've run quite poorly, but you can't control these things. Whoops, those 8s were a misclick to fold. You will occasionally do that when you're stacking 12, 13 tables. Yeah, can't do much about that. Okay, send it away. It is probably a mistake to do it, as I've said. I think we should get off this table. Not when we've got 2 aces, but this is just a sucky table. Okay, we're going to open here to get a call out of Town and Levilu. Wow, what the fuck. Bojet, nutcase. Don't even want to see what he's showing now. He's an idiot. This board is just like some kind of nightmare. So the guy who seems intent on beating us is betting. We have second pair. We have 2 pair. Now here are the moments you can take people to town when they think that you're fucking with them. People do it to me sometimes. I'm just going to get rid of this. I feel like it might be bad. Okay, I would like you now to cross your fingers for me. We're beating everything. What we're not beating? 9-10. We're not beating 9-10. We're not beating any of the sets. And he's spewing at us. So I think we're okay. If he's got 9-10 or any of the sets, then we've got some outs if he's got a set of threes. Look, he's going to call ace-jack. Please call it. Okay. So the guy is making moves on us. My read is correct in that he's making moves on us. Which leads us to make a... It leads me to make that call with Jack-9 clubs even more. There's an argument to be made for just flattening at that point, but as you know, like 7s and 8s, it's a very vulnerable hand. I'm not going to do anything with this hand because he's going to have pairs he wants to show down, or he's going to have ace-x that he's got excited with, and check, 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 check. No action from me this hand, buddy. This is the guy who keeps betting tiny and like moving me off it on the river because of his silly little bets. Open the little ace up, pick it straight up. We're going to ISO town the V. Okay, done it again. Take it away. Pair of coins. Let's see an Aggie 3-bet from one of you, gentlemen. We're going to get off this table soon as well. Okay, let's drop it in. Did I 3-bet? No, I ISO'd this, didn't I? I'm going to check 5-8-3. I feel like one of them's going to have something here. Now you squeeze us both. That would be a good result. That's also an okay result, I think. Should we donk? Let's donk out here. We're going to start by flatting. Jack 10 we lose to? King Queen we're losing to already. I'm going to call because we blocked Jack 10. But it doesn't matter because he's got it anyway. Yeah, this gives us 2 pair. The running 4s are quite nice. I think we're going to call anything, to be honest. He can shove and I think I've got to make the call. I mean, we've got 2 pair. I mean, if he's flopped a set on me, he's flopped a set on me. You know. There we go. Just station down. Pretty unnecessarily aggro. Like, I just gave him a vaguely aware tag thing as well. I think we're going to change that to an aggressive clueless in pretty short order. If I open this ace-4, he's going to pile on. Yeah, but I've got the best hand, so it's okay. This is gross. There's an ace-high flop. I'm going to check it. It's gross because there's no set on it. We're going to make this guy pay to see the flop. We're going to take a stab at this one because if no one has top pair, then the board's not good for them. That's quite a nice card, actually. A deceptively nice card. So he's limp cold. We are going to carry on barreling. I don't know what the fuck that is. But it's fine. Whatever it is, it's fine. I mean, to me, this is just ace-x all the time. And there are some spades in there, I suppose. There are some spades in there. And now we lose to everything. Now we literally can't beat anything that you could conceivably have. Bet and fold. I'd like it if he shows me king deuce. Yeah, nice one. I don't like it when all the tables get messy. Let's get off this one. Look for a replacement. Let's hop in here. There are people with like half stacks and stuff here. That's always a good sign. Sometimes you can tell just by looking at these people before they even play a hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Leave it at 11 for now. It's our favourite nemesis, Murdoch. Let's play a hand with him. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Should we? Let's try this. Let's try the small donk, and then come back over the top when we get a tilt raise. Please do it. Oh, it just gives it up. That's so sad. Fucked the hand up. Let's check back here. I think the hand's probably good. It's a nice turn. Start making him pay. Not very much going on right now. I think we've probably got the best hand here, right? Checked over on Queen High turn. Okay. Clearly, someone must have the nuts at this point. Ooh, that's the nuts. Yeah, the nuts. That'll do. Nice. So we've got a call, which means that he pretty much means he has a 10 or he has spades. I suppose 7, 8 every now and then. It's much in the same. Keep betting. Okay. Wants to give it up. That's a shame. They're all uneven. It's setting me off. It's triggering me hard. Get even. Okay, let's concentrate on the game. Okay, we're going to restack because it is giving me a proper headache. We're going to check call about a street on here. We're going to just check forward here. We're going to check again. And then got to decide between raising and flatting if he puts another bet in. He doesn't put another bet in. I mean, I can't see us getting called by anything, but we have to chuck a value bet out there. This is, I just detest the spot because we're so deep. I feel we gave it up, and we didn't flop a set, which definitely means the way poker means is because we didn't flop it, it was the right decision. That's how poker works. I'm definitely joking, by the way, before anybody writes ragey comments. So my man here has limp called, and we've just flopped fucking Brazils on him. Flopped a set. We will not be slow playing. We're going to have he has a queen. We're not slow playing because of how deep our stacks are. He definitely has. I mean, I'm loath to put it in now because it's still quite big. Let's get the majority of it in so that my EV looks just absurd when he rivers me, and then we get it in anyway. So what's a bad river? Bad river is like a hard... Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, we just... oh, it's not fine. It did happen on... It was one of my perceived bad rivers. One of my perceived bad rivers. And... Okay, here, we're just going to put this guy in, because he's a lunatic. Please have ace-queen. Please have ace-king, queen, and just call. He's called with jacks. That's so sick. He's a nutter. I've written that he's a nutter. We've seen him pile his stack in like super light. And then he somehow wakes up with jacks versus me. Gross. I just won chunks in that hand and just gave it straight back to the table mark. Should have been absolutely crushing. And like flipping should have been worst case scenario. Annoying to be flipping with jacks as well, as opposed to like fours. But it's okay. We do all we can. We bet our top pair, top kickers, and we pick up the small pots. Reasonable flop here. We've got a flush draw. We've got some backdoor straight cards. We're going to give this guy a fish tag because of the amount of hands he's been in so far. Could change to Splashy Cretin, seeing as we've just seen him put a raisin. This guy's a vaguely aware tag. This guy I'm not sure yet, but we are going to get off this table soon. Gonna be playing the 5-6 suited against the reg. Gonna be value betting our top pair. This is a kind of opponent I may go 3 streets with it against. So he's raised 2 in a row now. So wow. So this guy check called, and now he's bomb donked it. And I need a club or an 8. And we should be getting a lot. What a dreadful river. Doesn't even really give us room to bluff. I mean, I'm saying that. If I, can I get him off 6-7, 5-6? Probably not. Ugh, I probably could have. I probably could have. So my man doing a small c-bet. Tons of equity over here. This might be a check raise. If a raise comes in here, I'm going to assume he's got 2 pair, and I'm probably going to peel if it's not too big because of my jack. Okay, I would really like to check raise this ball. I'd really like to just shovel it in now, but I'm going to try and go. I'm not folding. Like if it goes, well, I guess actually if it went shove and shove, I guess I would give it up. Pick up some additional outs now. We pick up a 7. I mean, do we? I think a check shove on here is okay. I'm not. Okay, we'll go the low variance. We'll just flick it in and just. Okay. We really would have got paid off big time as well. Big style, I just said. We really would have picked it up. But we saved some. We didn't shove, because obviously he's snapping us. How was this guy, who earlier on was just like wanging his chips in, how so far has he had against me? 800? Yes. How has he had a set and a pair of jacks? Gross. These people usually turn out with like King 4. 3. But no matter. Give this guy a nip tag. Just noticed his ridiculous stats. Down to 10 tables. Let's chuck a couple more in. Keep the pace up. That's my 11th. This is my 12th. More obscene equity in this pot. This may be a check raise situation. Could be a donk situation as well. I wouldn't mind leading straight out into him. Certainly not check calling. And I mean, I'm probably just going to go with it at this point. If he wants to go piling it in, I'll probably go with it. I mean, that puts, if he's got queen, no, you pile queen jack. Okay, we'll call again. Ugh. One more time, we'll call here. Can't be afraid just because the overcard peels off. We're going to sit out next. What? Just a ridiculous run out. Just remake our hand. Wow, how have we won? That means it must mean he peeled me with ace high. 9, oh yeah, 9-10, yeah, that makes sense as well. Shocking. Called me with 9-10. And he was winning. I think I just hopped off the table, so yeah, I did. So we'll throw another one in there. I don't really like to weight this myself because you don't find the biggest fish by getting on waiting lists. This is a weird small raise, so we're going to call and go hunting for a 4. 3-8-9. It's exactly the kind of flop I level myself on as well and carry on in streets sometimes. What if he's just got ace king? And you get it right sometimes, but here's hemorrhaging long term, I think. I mean, this guy sat down without a full stack, and it's his first hand. I'm just going to assume he's a fish and just keep betting for value. Once the ball comes like this, I mean, this is just 2-pair city, as far as I can see. I'm going to check. I think it's about 45. I mean, I think that's a call. I can't see him having many. 6, 7? Yeah, but what do you call him? Let's see. Ace check. That's pretty thin from him. Got it done though, so fair play to him. We're going to see about this just as much as if we didn't have it. We're going to call here with the nut flush draw. Okay, my man wants to light up here. We're going to let him. We're going to just let him bluff it off. That's a terrible, terrible time card. But we're going to carry on anyway, try to boat up. Arguably we're behind anyway, if he's got king, queen, or 3 or something. There we go. Now we've got pretty much the nuts. Is it the nuts? Yeah, it is the nuts. I don't know why I'm saying pretty much. He just went mad with 8-10. He just went mad. I mean, he picked a good one out to go mad on, I think, because, you know, it was a risky board. So we've got 55 here. This is my standard size. I'll do it with, I'll do it without. It does seem like they continue a lot more when I don't have it though. But such is life. Such is poker. Knit life. Here we are, straight back in with the ace king. Straight back into business with ace king suited. Yep, we're going to change this calling station to loose splashy because there's multiple opens. Probably should have pinged in a small blind there. Check this guy's guns out. This guy means business. Okay, here's our nutter again. So we're going to call. And we're going to leave out this one. Good start here. Flop and open ender. I'm not going to go wild with it because he's pretty wild himself, and we'd like to have a strong ass hand before we go putting it in. Did I open this? Yeah, I did. So I'm going to c-bet it with all the outs in the world. I'm going to keep the value betting here. We turn the nuts with the redraw to the nuts. Small bets. I would have liked to pull that one out and see what's going on there. We're at this point going to check and try to realise our equity. We do not. We make a pair of 10s, which is not going to work. Okay. So now this guy is a bit nutty, as we know. So we're just going to try and trigger him by doing a small raise at him. I just feel like a shove is a bit too big, just a bit too big, so this should always get a call. It calls, and we're just going to... It's not a great card, it kills our action. Also now losing to Jack 10, and I'm assuming he's never got Jack 10, but hard to know. I'll be pretty dispirited if he shoves and we chop, but okay. I wonder if he would have shivved it in on that turn card. Maybe I made a mistake by just not going for the lot there. Just seemed a bit big. Okay, we're break even. We're losing 19 cents. We've played 1,300 hands and we're losing 19 cents. This is where we had the full house or whatever it was, and then the other guy had the jacks. Look. Sad. I think I'm like racking up the points there. Limp along, or let's go for an ISO. Let's go for an ISO, why not? Bit more money in there when we hit our set. Bit more money in there for us to see bet and lose. I never know, I'm always momentarily confused when I'm in a big blind hand because I look down and see I'm in a pot with king 3 offsuit and just think, there's been some mistake. Yeah, no, earlier on in the video I kept flatting with ace king. It was just garbage. Let's play a nice suited gapper against somebody who's been in all of his hands so far, out of one, and our nutter, and on the button. Oops. Spoke too long. 55. Standard sizing. Hey, sometimes they do give it up when we haven't got it as well. Hard to play against. We do exactly the same thing like that. Where's my 6-4 of hearts? Here we go. Okay, so this is an absurd donk bet, but we are going to flat one time. If the flush comes in, but we make our straight, then it's going in anyway. That's a terrible one. Let's see. Give us a check. Come on. It's probably on the spewy side to call this in the first place, but I guess I did kind of think he would give us a check. And I mean, I really want to bluff now. I really want to bluff and test this guy's metal. I feel like he probably has a lot of just queens now when he checks the king. Unless he has king queen and it's just done the okay. What the fuck has happened here? An open? I flatted 8s. This guy made a tiny, ridiculous... Yeah, I mean, well, it seems fairly obvious to me that Grumpy Sweets is massive. What a terrible 3-bet from this guy. Wow. Maybe not. Maybe he got exactly what he was looking for and has induced them all. This must be aces and kings here. And this is like queens or jacks or ace king here. King 9, king... What the fuck? Nutcase. Fish. Given that we have only overcards and we're drawing to the second, sort of the third nuts, we can't really get involved here. I think it's fine to see bet, but once they start putting the pressure on, I think it's terrible if you continue. I don't know why I've got this guy down as a nutter. Let's change him to aggress. No. Really splashy button. Pair of queens. Very pretty. Three, 5, 9. C-bet flop 70% of the time. I'm gonna C-bet because I don't want to check call. This guy's been in all the hands so far. We're gonna bet with our cut shot and overs. Not a great card for us. This is getting. I mean, wasn't a great start, but it's getting worse and worse now. I think this is probably a value bet. I mean, I can't even. Even if he hasn't got a straight, I think he's got like 8, 9 or whatever. That's fine. I value bet the top pair, top kicker on the end. Hope to get called by like a 9, Jack 10 maybe. Guess Jack 10 is probably not sticking around on the flop. This guy's opened his button. Let's squeeze him with an ace. This guy seems to be playing fairly nitty. We will take a look with the Jack ace. And that's GG for this table. GG for the 5-9 offsuits. 5. I guess we can start winding this. What is this shit all about? Doing my head in. We could probably start winding this session down soonish. I'd really like to win though. I'd really like to win on my first like reintroduction to a YouTube series. I'd really like to book us a little winning session. I'm going to 300 by the way. I've calculated it so that when I win, I withdrew a lot recently and lined it up so that on all time here, when I hit plus 200, I'll be on exactly $300 in my roll. That's how I've got it lined up, and at that point I'm going to move up. We'll call it a suited queen here and just play it like looking for flushes really. You don't want to get too carried away with just top pair. Yeah, so when I hit $300, I am going to move up to 10 no limit, but I would like to feel like I have beaten the stake for a long time. I said like I was going to play this for its flush power, and now I feel like I'm setting myself up to get stacked by a bigger queen. But it is what it is. If that's how it's played out, then there's really not much you can do about it. This is bizarre. I'm not having that. I'm going to raise for value. Not massive, but I am raising nonetheless. If he ships on me, I feel he just shows a jack. Yeah. I should have shown him my deuce had I had time. Okay, so this guy has played. He's in like all of his hands. Yeah, it's gone check on the flop. I have a nut blocker, I have a gut shot, I have an overcard, you make the nuts. No bother. Just river in the nuts. And we will raise with the nuts. And get it through. We will raise with the 2 aces. Wow, this is ridiculous. Maybe that's why I've given him the whale tag. Can't really call the queens. I don't really think he'd do that with the king, but I mean, to me it just screams a set. To me it screams, I don't know how to play sets. Vaguely aware tag. Vaguely aware tag. 17 hands of which he's limped in 60 or called 63%. You are a station, sir. This guy's just shoveling it in. Okay, can't really call with the queen 10. Call 1 straight. Now we make a draw. He seems to be spewing, so 6 or an 8. That's not one. It doesn't really help me. Could occasionally win. Not on this occasion, though. Pretty nice draw up here. I'm against the nits. Makes me think I might be able to bluff him if I don't hit. Yeah, it makes me think I might, if I go like 2 streaks now, 2 big streaks, I might be able to move him off it. Of course, occasionally he's just got ace queen. So I think we go for the bluff here versus somebody who just never has a queen. I mean, rarely has a queen. Believe me, please. This is my first airball of the session. He does fold. So, yeah, we got a bit of respect and made him fold what I can only assume. I mean, I'm assuming it wasn't. I was targeting ace-x. We have a set somewhere down there. Well, we have one anyway. I feel like my bet took the pot down. You know, this is a shit turn card. It's on a few overs. Put some flush on. I mean, no, I was gonna say, should we try and raise? But we've done one bluff in the last few minutes. That's not that too frisky. I don't usually like to call hands like this out of position, but 5 cents is just a lol price. And of course, when the flop's going to come this good, it's a foregone call, really, isn't it? What a joke! I have to just get rid of it. Ace jack. I need this flop with that ace jack, please. Take that. I mean board. This annoys me having to fold an offsuit ace for a thingy, for one. What is this stupid 3-bet about? This min 3-bet, hate it. I feel like now I'm going to get stacked by queens and kings quite a bit as well, just because loads of fish will do that with, loads of fish will play their kings and queens like that. We're going to call another street, and we'll have a think about what happens. I mean, you shouldn't really be piling it now with kings or queens, given that a 9x. He has 6-8. Okay, so we're going to give him the aggressive clue this time. Because he min 3-bets. So we're going to write that down as well. I don't make a count per min 3-bet. 6, 8 off. I don't make notes here as much as I make notes on Sky. There's another hand that I don't. Yeah, no, I'm going to be super disciplined and throw it away. Stop flatting out of position, LizMarie93. LizMarie93. I do this to reduce fold equity. Occasionally you get people mansplaining things to you as well. You shouldn't have done that because, or just saying you're a stupid bitch or a cunt or whatever. All kinds of lovely things. That's a shame. The guy playing 61% of his hands can't toss in 2 more big blinds when I've got a pair of queens. And we do flop a top pair here, another pair of queens. Get up here. Oh, I've got to stack them again. Who's my man here telling him to go home? That's rude. Should we tell him he's rude? Should we shame him for all of YouTube to see? What's happened here? A limp from this gentleman. And now we can 4-bet. Gross. Okay. Eight's 3-handed. Let's do it. Let's pump it up. We're going to bet like we don't have it. When we do have it, we bet all the same ones. Go home. Stay like that, fishy donk. Let's tell him he's rude. Wow. Rude. He's the one playing like a nutcase as well, actually. We're going to give him... No, let's do it. Let's give him a nut attack, because he's playing like a complete clown. This guy Oh, now he leaves. That's too sad. Knit. Vaguely aware. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to label him yet. He might be a splashy cretin. I don't know yet. I don't know whether this was a post or... so here I opened up under the gun. No, I don't want to see bet 793. Seems a shame to just let a hand like Jack 10 take it down there. Okay. And that'll be that for this table. If I quit now, have we won? No, we haven't. If I quit now, we're down a couple of dollars. I tell you, it's a grind out here on PokerStars. It's not nearly as much of a grind on Sky. The easy money comes on Sky, but I do feel like playing these hands, logging the hands, looking at the spots, looking at annoying spots like these, I do feel they help. And they will make you a better player ultimately. And I'd rather be a better player lifetime than just pick up a few extra couple of quid here and there off Sky. I'm going to see better here, try and get rid of overcards. No need to just give a free. Ugh. So I tried to ISO here. Hasn't worked. This guy's got involved. The thing is, this guy knows what I'm up to. That's another thing about stars, is that people know what you're doing. These yellow tags, they know what's up. They know why the fuck you're betting, what you're betting. Sometimes. No spades, just a gutter and out of position. We'll just let him have it. Let's mix it up with a call here. We do flop absolute air. I get daunted. Well, some backdoors, but whatever. Let him have it. Playing tables like these are, I mean, they're arguably reasonable preparation for some of your slightly better live tables. Not all of them. A lot of your live tables are going to be softer. I gave her blue because she shipped in with King 9, didn't she? A lot of your live tables are going to be softer. This guy seems quite loose. Softer than this. These are quite tricky. At times, but I do feel it makes you better. It makes you better and helps you understand multiple different situations, how to react to different situations, the importance of playing a tight aggressive strategy, which, as you can see, I am attempting to do. I promise I'm trying. Isn't this another one I opened? We're going to take a turn card here. I mean, if he's got an 8, then we're miles behind. Other than that, I mean, 5s and deuces we're beating. Hearts we're beating. We're not beating Jack X of hearts. If he goes twice, I think we need to give it up. I think it's just too ambitious. But I tell you, it's just brutal to get just pushed out by like King 9 of hearts. That just, the idea he might be doing that just like hurts my soul. But wait for your spots in this game. Let's get out of here. He just bet $1 at me. That is ridiculous. This guy's just shoved 2 back to back. Should we call with an ace? If it was suited, I might. If it was a bit bigger, I might not. And if it was a bit bigger, I might call. We would have been miles ahead. Let's try to make a hand here. 4 of spades is a brick. How am I? Oh yeah, it's a big blind hand. Certainly pinging in 1 to try and find a queen jack on a 9. 7 is nothing. No bluff. It gets through if I bluff. I'm going to bet fold on this board. Shouldn't have too much 8x. Is it 8x? It's a straight. He clearly does though. He clearly has 6, 8, 9, 8, 10, 8. I'm not even gonna throw in another 35 cents to look at it. I'll have an 8 of my own. I can look at it. There you go. See, I don't need to pay 35 cents to look at an 8. So we've been going for an hour and 40. Yeah, we'll go to the 2-hour mark. Why not 20 more minutes? Let's make a hand. Come on, let's dig ourselves out of the muck here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're on 11 tables, I think. This is the guy who just continually throws out tiny bets, and we never have anything against him. Wow, we folded one. Pair of queens over here. This isn't a great table, to be fair. It's just Tom Dwone seems to be offering us a little bit of action. Definitely opening up a medium ace on the button against 2 fish. Pure value raise here. Sometimes in a poker game you kind of get the sense that a person's sort of getting to the end and they just don't care anymore and they're just going to put all their money in. You do get that sometimes with people. I was wondering maybe if this guy here was reaching that point. So I opened with the ace-8. I was thinking about a raise. I don't like raising just on the flop though, because he's probably got 5. Because if I now raise here, I can rep a 10. Or I could just stop being stupid and just fold ace high, that's fine as well. 3-bet, obviously. I mean, these are weak players. This is a splashy guy. This guy is quite splashy. Yeah, I don't know, actually, I'm not going to give him that. Let's take a board with a little suited ace on the button. I don't think that's too loose. We'll take a stab at this pot. Might bet twice. I'm not going to open ace-deuce offsuit from cut-off. Or indeed ace-deuce suited under the gun. Give this guy a vaguely aware tag. When the table comes back, this guy's clearly aggressive and clueless. Okay. I don't like raising at this point in time. I have to try and make my hand. It's a comforting turn card. Hard to get this hand wrong now because we're just going to stay. Wow, okay. It is kind of hard to get it wrong now. If, you know. I mean, all I can do is flat at this point. Obviously, I'm drawing to the nuts. Weird if a 4 or another ace rolls off. Okay, so we've got the Brazils. I'd forgotten what it was like to make the nuts in a hand. We're just going to bet big and hope to get looked up by like ace-jack. Set of 8s, set of jacks. He gives it up. Bit frustrating how much we called on the turn to then not get paid. That's sad. you should, if you're making these calls, you should feel pretty confident that you're going to get paid for them. Because I mean, I called a lot there. I called a lot on that turn. I called 90 into one, call it 120. Let's bluff the queen. I called 90 into 120, and then to not get paid after I make the nuts is pretty. Well, it makes it a bad call. If I'd known that I wasn't going to get paid, then it would be a bad call, no question. This guy is going to get a nut attack for just playing 350 out of the blue. Let's spear that guy. That nutter, let's have him. So my friend over here has opened up, he seems like a tag. Show a fairly normal range that we can now steal from. Overcards mostly. We're gonna go 3 streets, boys, on this one. Okay, wow, he's still doing it. We're gonna go three streets because this is way more my range than his. Way more my. And now we're semi bluffing anyway. We've got a 10. Oh, I mean, this is very possibly open with Jack 10. Just, I don't think we can make the call. I think it would be a bad call at this stage. Bizarre. That's not how I envisioned the hand playing up. Okay. I thought we were the one pressuring him, not the other way around. This guy, like a tight just call here. Clearly got the best hand. Probably not going to get paid. Make a loose open here. It's connected-ish. And it's against these two. These two fish. In a minute, I'm going to be in the big blind on the table with a shover. It'll be interesting. Let's ISO this guy here. Oh, it's such a shame to lay down 6s on 2-4-7, but just can't do much about it. Should we do it? Should we just do it back to him? He's like, we're going to have the best hand. And he makes the call ace 3. Nice. This is why we do it. No throw? Easy. And he leaves me a love heart. This whole hand is bizarre. I find, no, we're not going to let him have it this time. I want to see. Okay, fair enough. Weird. This is a tiny little 3-bit. I think I've just about got the pot odds to call when he raises so small. And now he checks it. I mean, that is weird. I guess jacks 10s. But then they do that when they're monstrous too, don't they? They do that with they do it with all the top sets. The question is, if he has got jacks and 10s and I've put a raising now, probably not is the answer. He probably doesn't fold them because he's a complete fish. And if he doesn't fold them to 1-bet, it's hard to reach down and make fire another barrel on the river when you just don't know exactly what it is you're up against. I'm going to go again here. We did c-bet, I think, with second pair and make 3 of a kind, beating everything apart from king 10, which we block. He's not going to have nothing else. He would be raising his sets on a dangerous flop like that for sure. Okay, so the question is, what can we get out of ace-x? I think $1, straight dollar, I think is a very reasonable amount to ask for. We're going to cold call ace-king suited here. I would absolutely, if we had, oh, I'd love, with this 10 of diamonds, too big. 72 cents is too big. It's too big. Nice. Not going to get ourselves in trouble. No leveling. So, the lunatic, who was doing some shoving earlier, should we do something silly? Let's do something silly. Like, sometimes you have to press these people's buttons. This isn't standard, but sometimes you have to press these people's buttons. Doesn't work out this time. I know I already feel dumb for having attempted it, but that's okay. Doing a lot of folding to 3-bets recently. I mean, it's good to fold to 3-bets. You should be folding to 3-bets most of the time. See, because now I'm going to 3-bet and the guy should fold. And the same here. Always the way. Always the way. Still going to c-bet, as we would. With it or without it. But, okay, goes away. That's fine. He gives it up. I quite like the idea. Oh, I was going to... If this guy wasn't so deep, I would flat to allow him. He's 3-betting 11% of his hands. But we're a bit deep. Like, if I then 4-bet him and he ships, I don't want to call my stack off with jacks. Oh, lordy. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to straight put this guy in. And that should give us a solid understanding of where we're at with this guy. And we still beat 9s and 10s if he flats us. That is about it though. There we go, he goes away. Pick it up. So we 3-bets at like 55 or 60 cents and we just pick that all up, which is obviously okay as well. This guy makes just a dreadful, ridiculous little 3-bet. We will be peeling, we will flop nothing. I really want to know what this is. I think in most instances with these fish, it's huge. It's like aces or kings, or the other sort of top tier pair kind of things. Should we go foraging? Should we pay 10 cents? No. I bet it comes. Okay. 10 cents is even 10 cents is too much. I would like to take a big pot off this Tom Doan guy. Is that supposed to be Tom Dwan? Is it supposed to be like a play on Tom Dwan? This guy got a splashy cretin, 38% hands. This guy, we're going to get the calling station fish and open up on him. Suited king. Opening against these yellow tags gets me in trouble with those kind of hands. Lovely hand on the button to chuck in one more extra big blind. This is a lovelier hand. No, I was going to say let's go 4x just for the fucking hell of it, but I'm not going to. 3-bet me, come on. If no one's got a hand here, I'm going to be upset, guys. I've got to admit that I'll be upset. I get moved on. This guy gives me grief. Okay, versus this nit, we're going to check back one time. We want him to catch something, and I don't mind for deception, because we're never going to get 3 streets anyway. Out of a nit, we're never going to get 3 streets, but if we check back here, we might get 2 out of King Queen and King X. And he can never have a 6, unless he's got all 4 of them, so it's fine. He could have called us with a draw, maybe? No. Very little action with our very little action when we've got it today. I mean, I think it's okay to see that here. I don't necessarily like to see betting like jacks and queens on so much for 8, 5, 9. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to squeeze here. And I'm going to put an extra little bit on to account for being in the big blind. We're beating everything here except sets, which to be fair, they could have all the sets because of how deep we are. So we need to proceed with some caution. Versus this guy, not this guy. This guy's 3-betting half his hands. Let's just try and win a monster pot off him. Okay, so there's no sets. There are no sets because that would have bet. But we may now get some I think we can now shove and hope to run into ace king or king queen. The king was a nice wheel. Oh look. Easy lol. We say it again. We'll see. We can close the action here nice and deep. 6-4. We're going to straight raise this one up. And we're just going to go for fat value here. A shove here would be gross. I'll be sick all over my desk if that's the card. That's the one we needed. Probably. It's probably the one we needed. He just calls with aces and tens, so we were behind. That's why I said a shove would be gross. I mean, I think I would have just gotten away had he shoved. Bad call from him on the flop though. Like really bad. And we're going to check and probably call on the end here. Beating 9-10, beating ace-8. Call, flop to set, very nice. Checks on the wing. Ace-8, 8-9, that's fine. Okay, we're going to just call here just because of... Wow, all the hands are coming all at once. No, he's checked my man over here. It's checked. That's gross. I'm just going to call here. I put the guys on loony tilt. We lose sometimes. There we go, 5 deuce. But I don't think that we're losing most of the time after we've put beats like that on him. You know, the fact he peeled the flop with 5 deuce is just frankly absurd. That was a huge pot though. But I'm not lingering around versus somebody who's so clearly like playing that poorly to just get rid of a set like because of a backdoor running flush. Like, okay, you've got 5 deuce of spades. Very nice. Well done. So it's been a poor session again. He called a pot size bet as well. That's a poor card. Stops us from getting all the streets at any rate. Now, I mean this. Yeah, no, I know it's a poor card. We'll give it up. Are we going to get the lot here? Are we going to get something of a rebate? Well, we've got the nuts. Let's put it in. Wow, whoa, major cooler. So we've won some of it back in fairly ridiculous fashion. Serves him right for flattening with that crap pre. I mean, sorry, on the flop. So this guy's pretty aggressive and clueless, I think. So that's a fair tag to give him. We would really have been up some had our set of threes held there. Wow. what a lunatic session. What a lunatic session. So hang on. That's been our session today. I can't. This is a problem I've said, as I previously stated. Sometimes I forget who's got the lead and stuff. I think I'm going to check raise this board all in. Check ship. He did raise me on the flop, so there we go, 100%. Very nice, very nice. What a loon. Aggressive, clueless. Let's go a bit bigger against this splashy cretin. This is the guy who gives me trouble. And now we've just made 3 of a kind on him. We're going to go in for a pretty chunky value bet on any river, I think. Okay, he gives it up. That's fair. The nit has 4x'd it. We're going to flat out his king. Ooh, we've run over time. Oh, I don't want to give up. I don't want to finish without a win, though. That feels sad. Okay, we'll have a bonus 5 minutes. We'll go to 2 minutes and 7 seconds. I mean, well, 2 hours and 7 minutes. We're just going to station down here. I don't see any value in doing anything else. That should slow him down. I mean, arguably I could ship and get him off a chop, or even make him fall with a set. I'm not going to. Wow, we actually beat him. Okie doke. There was no value betting there. He's done it again. He's open to 20. Has the nit gone on tilt? Do nits tilt? I think we can give this guy a vaguely aware tag. Wow, this guy has been 11 hands and has played 90%. Definitely giving him a calling station fish tag. Still thinking about that set of threes hand. I was getting ready to like check raise the turn all in, or check raise the turn huge, and the bet never came. I suppose it seems quite ambitious, the idea that he's just bluffing it all off. There's still a noob playing terribly is on 2 tables. That's weird. You don't usually see these terrible fish on more than 1 table. That is weird. Can't do anything about this hand. We're never going to win this hand the way it's played out. I feel like the guy on my left on the other table, when I've got the ace-10, is about to drop a hefty 3-bet on me. Should we... I was gonna think about maybe a controversial 3-bet here, but I want to play a pot with this Zoccolo guy. This is the guy who... This is the guy who was on the other table with the set. You know, he does his own raising. I am actually going to call this. It's a bit loose. It's a bit wild. But just from watching him earlier, the guy's a lunatic. And a pair is going to be enough. We're just going to... and I guess here we check call. How do we not turn that into a bluff? We're going to make a loose call here. We're going to go with our draws. We're going to go with our pairs we're making. I'm not thrilled about having Jack involved. If this flop could check around, that would be perfect. There might be some respite for a set. It's never going to. And it was arguably a bad call in the first place. But we'll see now if I was dominated. Yeah, see, this guy had aces. So I was dominated by him. That was a really nice flat by him. Got me to toss in a $1 call. But he had the 9-10. So we were on to the right with deep enough to call here. We were on to the right idea with him. But somebody else was in there with aces. Yeah, he gets in that case more than a shadow of a doubt. Now the fact that this went 3-bet and it comes ace high and he checks, to me screams a set of aces. If he's got a set of aces, he's got a set of aces. Can't do anything about that. The problem is that when he checks, he's going to have a lot of the time. He's going to have kings and queens and stuff. We'll check one back. And if he barrels, then we'll make a very controversial flat. This is a seriously, I'm even going to tell him, controversial flat call. He would have paid us. That's what you get for being a nit and flatter. That's what you get. That's why you should just stick it in there. I don't know if he calls it off with ace king. To be fair to him, I don't know. Probably not letting this hand go. Is this the guy who just like min 3-bet me when I had the jack 10? Yeah, he is, so he's clueless. I think I'm just going to put this guy in. He raised me for the minimum earlier. Clearly didn't know what was going on. If he's got a mate, there we go. We're going to get a quiet nonsense like this. And he may turn us dead, but you know, you can't. I'm used to it at this level. I'm used to it. I need a full house on the river to even comfortably slip my chips over the line. And we shoved on him, so we should be, you know, he should be folding, that kind of thing. We shoved on him, so it's not even like we called it off, you know. Calling it off would be worse. Okay, sit out next big blind. We're going to start winding this sad, frustrating session down. I've enjoyed myself, and I feel like I played pretty well. Was the set maybe a tiny bit ambitious to call at the end? I'm starting to think, versus this idiot. Maybe, but also maybe not. Let's get 3 streets out of this dude here. 22. Oh, it's because it's a limper. Oh, nearly missed a call there. I didn't want to. Let's get 3 streets. That'll make me feel a bit better. And he's now suddenly all in. I mean, 10-7? Yeah. 10-8. I didn't think so. I didn't think so. I mean, set of 3s. I don't give Pete, you know, he's on his first hand. Yeah, it's close. It's close. I'm not thrilled with that call. Should usually fold when the fish start applying pressure. At this point, I'm going to start tiling, just because the session is wrapping up. So I'm sorry that I couldn't deliver you a more amusing, profitable session. Then we finished up a buy-in. You know, you play 2,100 hands. You play for over 2 hours. You win $5 online life. Bit of a crazy one there. There were some big swings in that session. Zoop, 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 zoop. Average on equity was 2/3, which I like. That's pretty high. All in adjusted. Oh, did I get it wrong? Why does it say we won nothing? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. This is this month. Today, I'm looking at the wrong thing. No, we didn't win today. What did we? I'm sure I started with 108. Yeah, so I finished this month. By session. That's the session, is it? Okay, I'm a bit lost. I don't care. We started with 108. I remember that much. It's all fine. We won a small amount. I mean, there's always time for this hand to go wrong, of course. Especially when this guy, especially when this guy's got such a huge 3-bet propensity. And given that we are a little bit deep and we've got a pair of 8s and it's a small shit 3-bet, we are calling. Okay, so what are we ahead of? We're ahead of Ace King Ace Queen. We're ahead of King Queen. The guy doesn't 3-bet too often. Let's make a bet now and try and take it down. Get rid of all those broadways, or have all those broadways pay a nice price to see a turn card if he raises. I don't know what's happening, and I just fold. Just fold, please. Just let me have this one. Or call turn an 8 of clubs. Oh, the 8 of spades will do. I said the 8 of clubs. PokerStars chose the 8 of spades. I will accept that. So when I said there was still time for this to go wrong, hopefully now you see what I mean, because I'm sure I'm about to walk into top set. But it's okay. It's all good. What are we actually losing to? Set of 10s, set of jacks, 9 queen, 7 9. It's going to go in like as quick as you can possibly imagine if he shoves on me though. It would be an obscenely large shove. But he will do it with like aces, kings, queens. He will shove those hands because he's terrible. So it's okay. It's okay to snap him off. What if he flats? What a bad river cards for us. Hearts, I guess. 9 would be a disaster. 8 of hearts would be nice. I like how I called for the 8 of clubs when I've got it in my hand. Well done there. Really shows the level of concentration I'm playing. Come on, don't disconnect. Call me with a weaker hand. Sigh. Oh, he's got his time back, that's okay. I feel like I have to entertain viewers now. And there's no other tables. He's got 2 minutes of extra time as well. Should I tell them it's going on YouTube? Two minutes. What on earth am I supposed to be doing here? Just like chilling, just hanging out and waiting for this dude to like rinse his 2 minutes down. I don't want to like definitively comment on the session yet until this hand is over. This one could be a big one. I can only apologise. There we go. He's back. Imagine if he has a set of 5s. Have that, please. I'm sure. So he 3-bet me with like ace jack, king jack. I'm pretty surprised. He's got a pink tag. I need to change that to aggressive clueless then. Good job, Tiger Lover, Dr. D. If you came and watched, if you're here at the end, then as you can see, you made a nice fold. Well done. Good job. So yeah, 108. That's what I started with, I believe. So 114. 114. So you know, nothing too ballsy to brag about. It's hard because today, you know, doesn't only accounts for since midnight, and so minus 234, and then plus this session. I have no idea. I'm sure I won because I'm sure I was at 108. In any case, yeah, isn't that it? Isn't that at 591? Started at 11:35 and went for 2 hours. Isn't that? Yeah, that's it. That's it. So yes, I won 591. Lovely. So thank you very much for hanging out and watching. Hopefully next time I'm going to do a few more of these. Hopefully next time I'll run a little better and destroy some souls. If you are enjoying these, let me know. If you think I'm butchering the level or making really obvious mistakes, let me know about that. That's interesting as well. Look at the disparity there between what I won and what I should have won. Again, just is a running theme. But who wants to just whine? Look at the rake poker stars I've had off me as well. $430. What a joke. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out and watching. You all take care out there, now more than ever. And I shall see you again. Goodbye.